No, this is just on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay. Say hi to the star of the show. Do you want to say who you are?
What's your name?
Harper.
Harper! Okay, she's going to be with us in this episode 22. 22. Okay, so before we get into the video, I'm going to introduce, you guys already know Michelle.
It's not showing that. This isn't still waiting on mine.
Really?
Hey,
Let me check.
this is my spot.
Homie, don't keep going. Do you want to sit on my lap? Oh no, it's working now.
It is working? Yeah, can you guys see us? Let's make sure. Oh, Mary's here. Hi, Mary. Here, I'm going to lift this up a little bit. Say hi to the star. Does it feel like both of you are in there? Okay. Okay, I lifted it up a little bit, but is it crooked once I lifted it up? Let's see. Is that okay? I think it is crooked. Does this feel okay? Does this feel okay with you? Oh wait, can I see it? Okay. Thank you, Denise. Okay, so if you guys remember my cousin Michelle, and this is her baby Harper. And then I was gonna go ahead and let you guys guess who this is, if she looks more related to me or Michelle. I'll tell you guys in a little bit. I mean, a lot of people already know because there's gonna be some order members and ex-order members on there, but I'm gonna let you guys guess. I did want to, before we start talking about who number 22 is, I wanted to briefly bring up some more history on, if you guys remember the last episode, number 21, Ray Brown. Where did his picture go?
You kick a poop.
I just want to pull up his picture just to like,
Let's
see.
I
Number,
poop.
I'm pulling up the orders
Harper,
website.
people said hi, Harper.
Say hi.
Say hello. Can you say hello? He's gonna say hi.
There's the biographies. Community, newsroom, or police history, biographies. Okay. So Ray's in here.
I'm gonna dip my heel.
So yeah, last week we talked about Ray Brown, who is number 21, right? And I got some more information that I just wanted to read off. It's information that even some order members don't really know. And this is
the year, her age. Huh?
a lot of people are guessing that we're the same age.
No, not even close.
Not even close. So I'm just gonna read off this information just from to just give you more information on Ray Brown before we start talking about number 22. So when the order started, Marion Brown, who's number 4, joined, who is Ray Brown's father. The Browns were very wealthy and owned multiple farms. The dry farm is what Marion inherited. He turned that into the order when he joined. And since Ray was an adult, Ortel sent him away so that he couldn't join the order at the time because he didn't believe in it. So he went to stay with his uncle and run his farm. He was going to inherit this farm and wealth since the Brown family was wealthy during this time. He was in communication with the leader. Once the leader was informed of this, he was then invited back to Bountiful to join the order. Since he made this choice, what his uncle promised Ray was taken away. When number 4 passed away, he left the farm to his daughter and son. There was also a farm here in Utah. Ray stayed and kept his inheritance, the dry farm and the order. His sister left and took the cottonwood property in Utah, and there was actually a lawsuit involved with that, with the order trying to steal that. So there's a lot of information in that, and I think that there's enough to make a video on that whole lawsuit too, but we'll probably talk about it in future episodes.
There's a lawsuit against the other side of the Browns too.
Is it still going on?
No.
Oh. So there was 2 lawsuits? Of the order suing?
No, they sued the older.
Oh, wow.
The one after.
The order
It says you're my sister or related to Harper because Harper looks like you. So people
they
are
look
saying-
alike? Oh, that's what they're guessing?
I mean, yeah, I am, but not as much as I am Amanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we tell them who you are now before we get into number 22?
You can if you want.
Okay, this is my aunt, Juliana. She's actually my dad's full sister. Youngest of all of the kids, right? How many, so grandma had how many kids?
13.
So she's one of 13 kids, the youngest of 13.
Do you want to say my dad?
When did you leave?
I
How old were you?
I was almost 21. I think I left in 2003.
Yeah. Wow.
Like I think almost 20 years ago.
Wow.
Because yeah, almost 20 years ago.
That's
they said
awesome.
they said you look 12.
What?
No, I don't.
She, yeah, literally all day yesterday, everyone was saying, "Are you guys sisters?" But yeah, she's my auntie.
It
My
says you
auntie.
always know order people. It's the eye shape.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. That we have a different, like big eyes.
I've heard we have big eyes. I didn't know eye shape though.
So let's talk about number 22, shall we?
Sit down, class.
Yeah. Sit down and listen. This is number 22. This is on the Order's website. So it's Elden number 22. That's what we would refer to him as Elden number 22 because the leader that started was also
Elden
named
number 1.
Elden number 1. So to clarify, we would be like, oh, brother Elden, and then Elden number 22. But I have a whole list that I'm going to read, and then we're going to just talk about, because isn't he related closer to you? Elden number 22?
Yeah. Through marriage.
Okay. When
He's
Michelle actually knew him before he died.
yeah. I used to sit on his lap, and I would say, I would have him look at my pictures with me, and he would like hold me when I was little. He was
Yeah?
really nice to me, and
I
I
don't
cried when
remember
he died. I remember that.
So how old were you when he died? I'm moving this
5.
closer.
5, I think.
5
He
years
died in
old?
2005, so I was 5.
Wow. Okay. Let me pull up the comment that I just had.
People traumatized as young children tend to have big eyes.
Nuh-uh.
That's what someone said.
It's not true. That's not true. Okay, so I'm gonna say this without trying not to say names, but so
Wait.
other than people who passed away. So apparently number 22 was originally someone else's number. Did you know that?
Yeah.
And then that person left the order. So then that number 22 was reissued to Elden Kingston or Clyde Elden Kingston. So this man that we're talking about today in 1988. So most order members have heard the story where 2 friends were asked to go work at the mine, and Elden was the friend who submitted to the request. And so basically Elden chose to go to the mine, and then the other friend chose to go to college. Did you hear the story?
Yeah.
So the other friend that chose to go to college, they would tell the story. Paul would tell the story as though the guy who chose college never found success afterwards. But I don't know. All I knew was what they told us. Do you know anything about that guy who chose school?
I'm pretty sure he was successful.
He was successful because he went to school.
Well, not just because he went to school, but I'm pretty sure they like used that and said, oh, because they didn't follow the one above them and go to the mine, even though he wanted to go to college so bad, then he like was never successful.
Yeah.
They said that when they told us.
Well, they said that about all of us, that we're not successful because we left.
I make more money than a lot of order members, including my mom. So.
And you don't have to be like a single parent trying to take care of kids.
Exactly.
Okay, anyway, so Elden was a very personable man, and that made him a great asset to the order. He ran several successful order companies, including Best Distributing, Mountain Coin, Quick Vending, and the casino. So a lot of people don't know this. The order owns a casino in Lake Elsinore.
In California, yeah.
Yeah, in California. Well, it's called Lake Elsinore, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so he had 4 wives, and 2 of those wives were. So one was your grandma.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them were. 2 are both of the sisters of Paul. So Paul only has 2 sisters, right? So both of them married him, but the story on that most order people don't know this story. Do you want to tell it? Yeah, you tell it.
So my grandma married him, but she didn't. She originally married someone else, had kids, and then LaDonna, Paul's mom, said, I got direction that she's supposed to have kids with Elden number 22, and they told my grandma's husband that, and he was like, no.
So they basically took her away from her husband, right?
Yeah, there were other reasons why they got divorced, but that was one of them. That my grandma was supposed to have kids with Elden number 22. So after he left and they got divorced, then she ended up marrying him, Elden number 22, and they don't have kids together.
Yeah, it's crazy because it's like the whole time LaDonna's like, I had this dream and direction that you're supposed to have kids with Elden. So she takes her kid and has her marry Elden, and then they can't even have kids. They never even had kids. So
They never had successful pregnancies.
So
I don't
what
know
was
if they
the
did.
direction? I don't understand. But yeah, and I've said this before on my channel, divorce isn't really a thing in the order, so I never knew about that. It's kind of just
I
a
knew
hidden
that.
thing. But you were in the family, right? So it's
Yeah,
like
because
you kind of
he
heard
was
about it.
Elden number 22 is my grandma. We call him Grandpa Elden, and
But,
But-
technically, he's not really as related because you came from the kids that your
It's
grandma had from the other guy.
yeah. So Grandpa Elden number 1, he is my mom's dad's dad.
He's our uncle.
No, it's my mom's
Dad's
dad's
dad.
dad.
So great grandpa.
Yeah, so he's my great grandpa. So then Grandpa Elden number 22, which we're talking about today, he's not even. It's like through marriage.
Well, he's a Kingston too, though.
Yeah, he
You're
is a
related,
Kingston.
but not as.
But he's not my
Yeah.
grandpa
No.
biologically.
So my question is, what happened to, so your grandma gets taken from the father of her children and marries number 22. What happened to this guy that they took away from your grandma?
He left
He
the
left.
order.
Yeah.
He just left? With the
That's the
kids?
thing, you
Or-
can't-
All the kids stayed with. But
With your grandma?
he was so mad about my mom marrying my dad because it was my mom's uncle, and he was like, I don't want all my kids to do that, and they all did.
Yeah. Wait, so he was against,
Yeah, and my dad actually. I'm talking. Okay, just a minute. My dad actually told me when I was in the order that my mom's dad was so against him marrying him, and that he had to fight for it, and my mom's dad never liked him.
wow.
Stop it.
So it was a known thing. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Also, too, like, so the other sister, the other
She was
sister.
mad about my grandma marrying him.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. So you know how we said 2 of Paul's sisters married, right? In this Elden number 22, one of them being her grandma, who was the one that was kind of manipulated and forced into it. The other one, it was originally, that was her first guy that she ever married, right? The first guy she'd ever been with. So she was upset that her older sister now
Got to
was
marry
marrying as a 4th wife. So it
Yeah.
caused some bickering.
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure my grandma ended up saying like, I don't want to make her mad. I just don't worry about me.
Yeah.
Pretty much because she was so mad and she was so mean to my grandma after that.
Wow. Were they close before they shared a husband?
I don't think they were super close, but I don't think they were like enemies. And then after
Yeah.
that, then they were like, she hated my grandma.
It makes you an enemy, I swear. Like, I don't know
But
how.
I also understand why.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you have to be mean.
Yeah.
But she was like mean.
Well, it sounds like too your grandma didn't really want to be a part of it either. That's like, it's just a big thing that LaDonna was like orchestrating.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Sorry, I didn't read any of you guys' comments. Now I can like start reading comments.
Yes, we are hyper vigilant. Someone said that.
Who?
Long live the king.
Pamela says we need visual aids for this family tree stuff. LOL. I know.
I could write it for you if I had a paper.
I know. Maybe next time we'll do like, okay, so here's where this person fits in. We'll put all the numbers that we've already explained to you guys, and then you can kind of put it together. Some
I
of
wrote
you
a family
guys.
tree with just numbers instead of like names because like everyone has the same similar names.
Yeah, because there's so many Eldens, there's so many different people with the same exact name. So, but there's only one person for each number, right? So
Yeah.
that's an easier way to put it. Yeah.
I did that when I was in the order to explain who I was to some outside people.
You're like, okay, so here's. Did I
Here's my
confuse
family
them?
tree. No, they got it because it was on paper instead of me trying to explain it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Some people are like, oh, you already lost me, and sometimes I'm like that. I'm already lost. But Rochelle, I wonder if Rochelle's here.
I struggle to explain to people because I'm like, are you following me?
Yeah. I'm not even following you. Just kidding. But
makes sense
sometimes
in my-
they catch on very quick, like, oh, so you're related to, someone literally told me, they're like, so you're related to LaDonna and Ortel. And I was like, how did you know that? And same with, I was like, see if you can guess how me and Michelle are related. And someone explained in more depth how you and I are related. Because I was always just like, oh, your dad's my dad's half brother. But we're even closer related than that.
Yeah, because the Peterson side
Yeah.
is your grandpa and LaDonna, that's how.
Is your mom? Oh, well, your mom's related to, okay,
That's
so I'm
her
related to
grandma.
both.
Yeah.
I'm related to both. We were talking about how, so her mom was, your mom wasn't born in the order. So my grandma actually was, I heard FLDS. No?
Yeah. I mean, it's all kind of a mix.
Price was,
Yeah.
wasn't he Short Creek?
So he actually lived in like Colorado City?
I think at one point I think
That's what my
I
dad
don't know.
told me when we were in there.
Yeah. I think so.
Because they went down to Short Creek and visited.
Like where he
Price,
was
yeah.
born and where he lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't go, but they did.
Yeah. It's
But that's how we're kind of, I mean, I feel like every polygamous cult in Utah, we're all related somehow. I
yeah,
really do
I
feel like that.
yeah. I mean, if not related, like they know each other. They know, like,
Yeah.
you know what?
They're like close.
Yeah, like kind of like a break off of each other
Yeah.
in some way. I don't know.
Wait,
But it's also like when polygamy was like against the rules in you know, they banned it in the Mormon community. I kind of feel like all the polygamists kind of huddled together
Yeah,
for a little
they
while.
I think that's
bonded.
kind of what
They
happened.
bonded as outcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they couldn't. This is my brain. I feel like they all got along and together, but then they couldn't decide who should be the next leader.
Because they all wanted to be in charge.
I was telling Juliana this morning. I was like, you know, the quickest way to get rich is you just become a cult leader.
Start a church.
Yeah, start a church.
There you go.
Get everyone to pay your tithe. Oh, David Smith is here. Hi, David. I never got a straight answer about where Grandma was from. I was just told we're Native because of her. I was told that too. Where does the Native thing come from? Because I took a DNA test and there was no Native
They
American.
say it's on my grandpa's side, but I took it. There's not.
How do you trace that too, though?
I don't know. I don't think that there is, because I even have cousins on my mom's side that did testing, and they said the same. There's not.
There's no Native American.
There's not, and they
Hi,
always,
Eskel.
which is weird, because like my mom's brothers are really have a darker complexion. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, now that Eskel's here. So, oh my gosh, I almost forgot. So, I forgot to put the link down below. As soon as this airs, I'm gonna edit this and put a link in the description box for the mugs. Actually, I wonder if I can do it right now. But me and Eskel made those mugs. They're on my website right now. If you go to justcultytings.com, and then it says Eskel and Amanda's Culty Cup of Coffee. And all of the, I've said this before, but I'll say it again in this episode. All of the money is going towards the women's retreat in Malibu for all of us girls that have left the order. So, and I know a lot of you guys were trying to see a way to donate. Some of you guys did donate to the PayPal. I feel better about you just like getting to purchase something so you guys get something. But I'm excited about these mugs and I'm glad you guys want them. So we're gonna be shipping them out. There's only 20 right now, and then once those sell out, we're doing a new design. So there's only 20 of each design. I hope I'm explaining that right. But also, Eskel's episode, I'm hearing, is going to be a really good episode to watch today, too. Right, Eskel? I think he's doing an interview with the person that just left. Whoever I was telling you about. But I'm not 100% sure. Did I tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, go over to Eskel's channel for some juicy gossip. Just kidding. Okay, yeah, he says yes. Aw, thank you, Taryn. So the last episode, I got so in depth talking about like religions and belief systems, and I didn't feel like I got to talk about it enough. But I wanted to ask you guys like what your belief systems are, if you're comfortable with it. I don't even know if we've ever talked about like what you believe in now.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I just believe in being a good person. That's it. Like,
what happens when we die?
I mean, I do like to believe that you are reunited with your loved ones that have passed. And I mean, it's comforting. To me, I don't bet on it. Like, I'm not like
I know for sure.
But I like to feel like that's an opportunity, or even like honestly, even maybe reincarnation. You like, maybe you wake up in another body. Maybe when you die, you wake up in another life, and I mean, just like when here you come to this earth and you don't remember anything from before.
Yeah. And then we talked about this on a Patreon live. I'll leave my link to the Patreon down below, because we were literally talking about this, how there are these stories of these kids who have these memories of this life before, and they describe this entire thing.
And sometimes they have birthmarks, and that's where they died before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Crazy. You should Google it. Google kids talking about their past lives. It's weird. And like the parents get so freaked out, like, why is he so dead set on this stuff? And there was one episode I was watching where she's like, the kid never even watches like TV. There's no way he could be getting these ideas from anywhere else.
Yeah.
Harper, you want to sit on my lap?
Can we use inside voices?
Yeah. Just so we can listen to everyone. Okay?
Quiet voice, okay?
Why? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I want to know what you believe in.
I don't believe in organized religion. I think that
Yeah, I don't either.
some people need it in order to have hope or become.
Some people need it to be a good person, honestly.
Yeah, and that's why I think you shouldn't need the threat of hell to be able to be a good person. I think you should be able to be a good person because at the end of the day, that's what makes you feel good inside. But sometimes, like, people who kill people, then they have to turn to that because they have to believe. I don't know for sure, but I feel like they would have to turn to that because they would have to believe that they were forgiven for those acts.
Well, I knew someone in the order, and he literally said, it was one of Daniel's kids, of course it was. He was like, yeah, well, of course there's a God. If there wasn't, what would stop me from just killing everyone? I was like, what?
Your heart?
Yeah. Are you a sociopath? But for some people, really, that is what stops them from just being a terrible person, is because they really think there is going to be consequences.
Yeah, and for me, like, I want to be a good person because that's what makes me feel good inside.
Yeah.
Like, wanting to protect people and wanting to be nice to people.
Same. I think I mentioned this in another video, but I was like, the truest form, because I was talking about the ABC Order Standards. This is my ABC Order Standards video. I was talking about how the order says true happiness not found in what you want to do. I really feel like I've found that true happiness has been like that acts of service for others.
Yeah.
You get so much like out of that, knowing that you
helping
helped
people.
someone.
Yeah.
That's true happiness.
But I think that, like, nobody knows for sure, and we'll find out when we get there. But I do believe that there's something bigger than us, whether you call it the universe, whether you call it God.
Yeah.
That's what I believe. But, like, I'll see when I die.
Yeah. I definitely, when I first left, it was such a, and in the order, it's such a black and white answer.
Yeah.
Like, this is what happens, we all know, but it's so scary to, like, break it down and then, like, rebuild it, because it's like, how the hell do you rebuild all of that? I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly changing my opinion. Like, I have the same kind of belief system. Like, I do believe that there's something.
Basis.
Yeah.
Like, you change, like, the description.
Yeah. And over time, obviously with more knowledge and the
Yeah.
more experiences, you're like, okay, this makes more sense. I always feel like, have you guys seen, what's that show on Netflix where they die and they're The Good Place. It's called The Good Place.
Oh yeah, I've watched. Yeah.
And do you remember where they show the picture where it's like this guy was the most accurate about what happens when we die? Do you remember that part? And then a picture of him and he's like high in the picture.
Oh, yes.
I'm so fascinated by the idea that someone in the world knows,
I know.
or at least thinks that they know what happens when we die,
But then
and they're right.
That's the thing when it comes to that and, like, organized religion. That's what Paul is. So I'm like, well, like, a lot of religions come down to money at the end. They don't start, they might not start out that way, but they eventually come down to that, money and power a lot of the time. So it's hard for me to say, I want to go to this church, I want to go to this church.
Yeah.
Because, like, I just want to be a good person.
Yeah.
I want to.
And you don't need a church to be a good person.
Yeah.
Some people might, but
Some people might need to be reminded. Some people find comfort in. Like, when I went to the Order Church, I found comfort in the hymns. Yeah, I did. So I'm like,
I didn't.
I did.
Pepper, come here.
But so, like, that was the good part.
Still the show.
She's still in the show.
Do you want to say hi to everybody? Sounds like you want to talk.
She's like, everybody.
Say hi.
Everybody.
What was I gonna say along the lines of that? I do feel like every religion starts off with a good idea and a good mindset.
And that's
then
what, like, the Order was supposed to be, like, a community, because it was during the Great Depression.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it started off good, but the power and money became too big and too
And
powerful.
people in the Order talk about this all the time, actually, how, back in the day, the Order was a good thing. It's like, well, it's not. Is it back in the day still? Is it still like that? Like, I've heard a lot of the older generation being like, it used to be so much better.
Yeah, and that's what
Everybody.
people even from the top have said that. Okay, be quiet, honey.
Oh, thank you, Dan. I didn't check my P.O. box, so if you sent me something, I'm gonna have to check it in, like, I'm gonna have either Esco check it or I'm gonna go check it in, like, a week.
Why?
But thank you.
Go be loud over by
David
Dad.
says, none know for sure, so all we can do is believe. It's true.
Yeah.
Whatever you believe in, as long as it is adding to your life, then do that. And it makes you a better
Go
person.
get your elephant. And if you
Olivia
wanna be
is
loud,
here.
go
Hi,
over there.
Olivia. What if there's reincarnation and the leader of the Order comes back as a pigeon?
Oh man, that would be fun. You know why? Because Ortel loved pigeons.
They did?
Oh
Did
yeah,
he
I
breed
had.
them?
They raised pigeons.
They did. My mom had pigeons, and I think almost
I think
every
my
one
mom's
of
dad did too.
yeah,
Or
almost
chickens
every
or
one of
something.
his wives that could had them.
Really?
I think LaDonna had them,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
so that would be kind of fun.
Yeah. Someone was saying, like,
Well, like, you remember the storehouse in the beginning of the Order? Like, if someone had a bike, they stored the bike in the storehouse. And if someone wanted to ride a bike, then they would take it and then they come right back. So that was good.
Yeah,
To
and
start.
that was the original. A lot of people ask like, what's consecration? That was the original consecration.
All the like flower buckets, because I remember the stories in church. They had flower buckets in there and honey buckets.
So was it just everyone that would be like, oh, I don't need to use this, let me put it in there, or would they actually be like, I do need this, let's rotate my car so you guys can use it too?
It was both.
Okay.
So some people when they joined the order, they brought a bunch of flour and a bunch of seeds. Like I remember the stories, and they put it there to store it. And if someone needed it, then they could like check it out.
Was that like initiation? If you joined, you had to bring something to the table?
Yeah.
'Cause now-
Well, because they couldn't just take on people.
Yeah. Because I think they still do a form of that, like that with Tom Green's family. They all gave a lot of money to be a part of the order. So they kind of still do that, but in money form, like, and it changes too. And like with Daniel's kids, we heard, I don't know if you heard this actually. It's okay, baby. Daddy's gonna take care of you. She wants to be a part of things.
She just said me as a lamb.
It's okay. What was I talking about?
Harper, when you're ready to be nice, then you can come sit by me, okay? Justin.
The life of being a parent.
She's gonna yell.
And take her.
Harper.
Do you want to be quiet and come sit with us?
Harper, you need to stop.
It's okay.
Harper.
We might have to close this out early. Oh, it is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Michelle. We're not mothers.
She is.
She got 2 babies. And I was asking her the other day, I was like, you want another one? You want another baby, Michelle?
Not right now. Not right now.
Crystal's here. Hi, Crystal. But so what I was saying is Tom Green's family, they had to pay a certain amount to be a part of the order, and then I don't know, that's what I was saying. So Daniel would like kick his kids out and then say, if you want to come back, pay $5,000. Yeah.
To Daniel.
That's what I think it was going directly to Daniel's pocket. And then I also
Probably.
heard he didn't really have that authority to be doing that, but he was doing it. But I think,
So then Paul was like, what the heck are you doing?
yeah, Paul got mad at Daniel for doing that. But, because technically they don't really, that's not true. They do kick people out. They'll push men out for sure if they want them away from the girls.
Well, also, like, if they're not being as submissive, because if they're going to be worker bees and, like, bring money in, then, yeah, they'll let them stay. But if they're just going to be, like, a worker bee, but, like, questioning too much, then they'll push them out.
Yeah, and if you're not
that's
adding
what
to the
happened
order.
to my
Because I do feel like if you're questioning and you're being rebellious, but you have, like, a big business bringing in a lot of money, then they might, like, put up with it more.
Yeah,
What would happen if you farted during church?
There's too
Who
many
asked
screaming
that?
babies. If you ever walk into the church, there's too many screaming babies. There's too many.
No one would even hear
Nobody
it.
would know. There's so many bad smells.
Oh my gosh, I know.
Think about
just picture, you guys watched my video of Paul talking in church, and it pans around and sees all those kids. Did you listen to the babies in the background the whole time? Me and my siblings, Esco and Rachel, so we would play this game where we would count and see how many seconds we could get to before we would hear a screaming baby. You know, the highest score was 4 seconds. 4 seconds before
And
you would hear a screaming baby.
every single one of them probably need a diaper change.
So one of my dad's wives, if she didn't want to listen in church, you'd watch her and she'd flip her kid, and then she'd walk out because he was screaming.
Wow. We were just talking about this, so what my
That's
mom would
so
do in
mean.
church, she would like look over, if she couldn't reach us to grab us, she would look over and be like, and that meant 1 spanking.
No people
Or
in the
2
order. No people are
seconds.
in the order are gonna watch your mom see what she does.
She doesn't do that anymore.
You
Right,
don't
Mom?
think?
Because we would joke with her, we would turn around and look at my mom. If we were being rebellious that day, we would turn around and go, like, 30 seconds! And then we would be really good and pretend that, like, so that she would forget. Did you ever do that?
I would.
So she'd forget that she owed you a spanking?
I know. I would when you'd be her friend.
Yeah, you'd be like super nice to them, and then they forget why they were mad at you.
I know. My mom said, because you know you're gonna get a spanking. You don't want a spanking.
You're
And
like,
I
is
was
it
like,
working?
No, but are you gonna spank me when we go?
Are you gonna?
Did you forget?
No.
Oh my goodness.
We all got spanked in the order. Actually, was Grandma Isabel? You were the youngest. I feel like the younger kids don't get spanked. The older ones get the worst of it, and I'm the second oldest, so. I feel like you didn't get, yeah.
I mean,
I
a
heard-
lot of people gave my mom shit about that, but then
I heard Ortel gave pretty gnarly spankings.
I don't know.
That's what I heard.
He was too
Really?
old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like she probably didn't ever see that side of
I
him
was-
because he was like on his deathbed.
He pretty- Well, and not only that, my mom, it hurt her more than it hurt me because
Oh,
she had
we-
arthritis.
we had
Oh, yeah.
explained that. A lot of you probably already connected the dots, but for any newcomers or anyone who doesn't know like the family tree, because she's my dad's sister, she's Ortel's daughter. She's like full blood.
She's like, don't say that.
Don't say that. No, I don't say
Purebred
that
right
part.
here, purebred.
Oh no, no.
But so yeah, that's why we're asking if Ortel gave her a spanking ever, but
No,
he was like
he's
towards
dead,
yeah.
almost.
Wait,
He's halfway through his grave.
really? When you were born?
Dude, I was 5 when he died.
You were 5.
My mom was like 13, 14 when he died.
Wow. Oh wow. What year did he die?
I think 87.
Oh, he died before I was born.
Yeah.
Why did I
Died.
think that
LaDonna
he was
didn't.
alive for the
LaDonna.
first?
LaDonna died after.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But she died before I was born.
Yeah.
But I heard she gave some gnarly spankings too.
The gnarliest.
People have told me.
If you were lucky enough to get a spanking from LaDonna, count yourself lucky. Count your blessings. Denise is here. Hi, Denise.
Hope her handprint is still
Yeah,
there.
I agree with David Smith. The younger ones all got bullied
Bullied.
by the older kids.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
totally. Like, my brothers and sisters were like, I don't know if they're jealous, but they, mom wasn't, never,
Yeah.
disciplined you, blah, blah, blah.
Oh
But-
yeah, I got that way a little bit when I would come see how my mom was with her kids, which is good that she's nice to them and she treats them better. But I'm like,
But it hurt.
I would
it
get
kinda
spanked for
hurt.
saying that to you.
Yeah, it kind of hurt, like, because of how bad, like, things I got literally beat for. Not just a spanking, like, got beat for. Then they just, like, pass it off, and I'm like,
You're like,
why did you have to beat me? Not that I want them to get beat,
Yeah.
but I'm like, why did you have to beat me
Yeah,
then?
it makes you feel like they liked you less or something.
Yeah.
But you know that thing that all moms say, like the first kids are like the trial kids or the guinea pigs.
Yeah.
It's like,
So, like, that's even in outside
Yeah.
the order.
it's true. What did Denise say? In binging cult documentaries on Discovery, had to get it to watch Keep Sweet. Have you guys seen Keep Sweet?
No.
I hear it's a good one to watch.
I've heard it's a good one, yeah.
I watched it. I think when I watched it, there was only one episode out, though.
Oh, there's episodes. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Oh.
Or maybe it was just one thing, but I thought it was kind of short, but it was
Danielle,
okay.
how did you not fall asleep in church? We got flipped if we,
Yeah.
if we fell asleep. Like,
You
if
have
you
to pay
start
attention.
nodding off. Then
Even-
some people would kick your chair, like, not even your family. If someone was sitting behind you and you fell asleep, some people would kick it.
Even like the little kids, they would teach the little kids to fold their arms and be reverent is what
Yeah,
we
and
would say.
and that's what Paul always said. By the age of 2, they should be able to sit through church, not falling asleep, not going to the bathroom, not making a noise.
But you
Age
know
of
what?
2.
How many times have you been in church and you watch those guys fall asleep on stage?
Exactly.
I
I remember.
I have.
Literally on stage.
You're like, okay, who's gonna fall asleep first?
I know. I remember. doing that.
Especially New Year's meeting.
because
And
it was
you're
so
like,
long. New Year's meeting was so long.
oh my gosh.
I know, and they have 2 sessions. They break for like 2 hours, and then they come back until like 7:30 at night.
Oh
And
no, it's like
Everybody has to
9.
say their-
One time, probably 8 or 9.
Yeah,
Oh my
it was
gosh.
supposed to end at 7, but it always went over.
Oh man.
Always.
It's also because everybody wanted to share their testimony, right? So they opened it up for like testimony.
I would get up in testimony because my mom had us.
But-
I
well,
still
they-
have those talks. And one time Paul said, "Can I get a copy of your talk from today?" And I still have it. Should we pull it up?
We could.
If you want.
You guys want to see what New Year's meeting's like? Actually, don't we have? I think I have a recording of New Year's meeting. We could see. But it's funny to like look back on all of the things like Brother Paul's the man on the watchtower and how we were such drones. I watched a video of in our house we would do Thanksgiving and we would go around the table and say what you were thankful for. And I got up, I was 12 years old, and I was like, I am so thankful for the order. And I'm like watching it like, oh my gosh. I always wondered though, like
Like that talk we got as we got up in church, and we sent it to him like, "What are you talking about?"
like, what are you saying here? He didn't say he was thankful for the order. He said he's thankful for his mom, though.
Yeah.
I think when we got older, we started talking like that. When we were younger, I feel like it's more of like, you know what they want you to say. And you know that they'll praise you if you say it.
There was a
so.
kid that got up in church and he like recited the entire memory gems, recited like all the things, like the ABC order standards, and he just sat there and recited. And then-
Why? To
Because
show
that's
off?
what he wanted to do. I guess, or his mom told him to. But he literally talked for like 5 minutes just reciting stuff,
Wow.
like order teachings. And I was like, what in the,
That's how they get you. They start you young.
why in the?
You're literally learning about it at this age right here.
Yeah, the kid was like 4, like in preschool.
Wow. When you were going to church, though, was it back at like the standard church when it was standard?
Yeah, I remember the old church too.
The church before that?
Yeah.
Where was that at? I don't think I
Downtown.
was even born.
Yeah, it was close to
It
downtown.
was downtown.
So it was smaller.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
it's tiny. It was
Yeah,
tiny.
it was like tiny. It's like a house size.
Wow. So it was smaller, and then
It's
we
like a
was
big house.
breeding and breeding and
Yeah.
breeding. Then we
My
moved to
mom,
standard.
my mom showed it to us because we drove past one time when I was in the order, and she's like, that was the old church. And I was like, really? She was like,
Wow. It would be interesting to get the timeline on how quick, like how many years went by before we had to move to another building, and now they're doing like multiple sessions in a Sunday.
Yeah.
Right? So
And
there's like an AM
so
session.
they have the big room, and then they have the lunchroom that's like extra seating, and they have the recording streaming in there, and then they have the second session too.
Whoa, they're growing fast.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, they get the women married very young. They're not required, but they're pressured to have a baby every year. My mom was guilted. Like people would be like, "Why
Same
is there
with my
such a
mom.
big gap between these two
My
kids?"
mom did every 2 years, and people were like, you could be having more kids. And someone told me recently that a week after she had her baby, then her husband was saying, okay, it's time to get pregnant again. A week.
A week. You're not supposed to be like it's not healed for what? Six
6
weeks at
weeks.
least.
6 weeks is when you're supposed to.
And then the
Right.
husband was like, "Nope, I say you're ready, so you're ready to start trying again." A week after having a child.
Yeah.
And this is to young girls who don't know. They don't know.
They don't even know anything different. I didn't know you were supposed to wait 6 weeks till after I left.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things that we didn't know, and which is why a lot of order members get so mad that we're still talking and stuff like that. But it's like, we want you to have the information that you are allowed to have, that you should have.
They should teach it, that they teach it outside school, but they don't teach in order school because you don't need to know.
Yeah, you don't need to know that you have rights, okay? But that's why we're still here. Eskel's going live at 5. Okay, cool. Well, maybe we'll answer a few more of your guys' questions, and then we'll close for prayer.
Who's gonna say prayer?
Harbor? Just kidding.
No, I remember when we say prayer in the order, they like changed it over the last years.
What do you mean? How?
Let's see if I can remember.
Dear Heavenly Father, we think that this is how it was. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this food. Ask you to bless it to strengthen to our use, which we ask, conserving thee. Say these things in the name of the Son, Jesus Christ, amen.
Which
Right?
we ask. Wait, let me see.
Hang
That's
on.
the blessing.
Dear Father.
We thank you for this food. We ask you to bless it to our use, us to thy service, which we ask. In the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ, amen.
Yeah.
That's how we go.
Didn't sometimes they say to use this strength in serving thee, though? Like this food gives us strength to serve you.
No, your dad
Strengthen
probably
our
did,
our
but we
bodies,
didn't.
maybe.
Yeah, some people would say to strengthen and nourish our bodies, but we didn't. Like
Because we didn't care about our bodies.
just the regular blessing doesn't say that. That like
Oh,
everyone would say.
premium order kids. That is, do you guys know who that is?
What? No, don't say it.
It's someone who, I think they said who they were on my other live, though.
Well,
I guess they can say who they are. But that just reminds me, so
Oh, is this? Look right here.
I don't know. Is it? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. We'll find out. Rochelle's here. Hi, Rochelle. So you just reminded me of something premium order kids. So someone was saying, what is the record?
Don't move that.
The record breaker for the most kids in the order. And I kept being like, I think it's Patty, because Paul and Patty, his first wife, has 18 kids, and it was always like she was the record breaker. But
No.
Yep, I'm pulling this up right now. This is public information because someone made a YouTube video on it, so I can publicly share it.
She's
And
like 20 kids.
Hopefully
I think.
she's not watching it right now. She's gonna be like, what?
I'm sure
so,
she's not watching right now. She'll probably watch it later.
Oh, it's a recording. Maybe I can like pause it. Maybe I'll just show a little clip of it actually. Let's see. How do I play this? Press play.
There were some people in the order that they said that certain kids are not allowed to talk at the dinner table. Oh, the young kids can't talk at the dinner table because that's the older kids' time, and that's the only time they can talk to the parent.
Wait, what?
They said that like the younger kids can't talk at the dinner table because it's time. That's the only time the older kids can talk. To
When do the
parents.
younger kids get to talk? All the time?
All day.
Oh.
All day other than that.
Do you know who that is? No. I don't know if she says her last name, but this is a video on YouTube. Let me make sure there's nothing that's gonna like. Okay. Do you want to explain who this is? So this is on a channel on YouTube. It's public. I was actually really good friends with this girl. This woman. Let me see if I can. Let's go back.
Wonderful, amazing mom, and also an entrepreneur, where I interview moms and get all their wonderful parenting tips and advice. Today, our guest is Juliana, and she is a wonderful, amazing mom and also an entrepreneur. One of the reasons why I was so excited to have you on my podcast is because she's like a professional mom.
I just want her to say how many kids she has so we have evidence.
Enough times. So,
Huh?
If you could introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Name,
Should I say
how
that?
many kids, and
I don't know
everything.
if you
Oh,
want.
for sure. So I'm Juliana Chambers, and I have 20 kids and three. I was about to say 3 grandkids.
Three
So
half kids, I think. Wait, push play.
no, 3. She was gonna say 3 grandkids, but she has 3. She just basically explains she has 3 that are coming on the way. 3 grandkids, like basically 3 of her kids are pregnant.
She
So-
has like a lot more now though.
Yeah, she has a lot of kids. Obviously, 20 kids. Thank you, Lulu. So yeah, and I was actually really good friends with the girl who has that YouTube channel when I was in the order. She got married. I went to her wedding. I remember even thinking, you are too young to be getting married. She was 15. And I went to her wedding. She married a, and after she got married, like, we weren't friends anymore.
She
She
has,
didn't,
like,
he kind of, like, took her in. Yeah, she has 6 kids, so she's my age with 6 kids.
And she's having her next kid in December.
No shade on her. Like, honestly, I hope that
they're
she's
both
happy.
They're both
and-
still in.
Yeah, they're both in the order. But it's watching her channel is kind of like, I just can't get through it. Even that video, I couldn't even watch it all the way because I'm like, I have too many questions, and I'm a blunt person. If I was in the room, I'd be like, where's your husband? How long did you heal afterwards? Like, how did you handle like the what's the depression that you get, postpartum depression? Like, I would be asking all those questions, but
I don't think there's any sets of twins in those 20 kids now.
yeah. So
Not that I
that's the
know of.
record for the order is 20 kids, and that's public information. So if you want, go check out her channel. She interviews. They're all order members that she interviews, all of them. And what's crazy is maybe I should research it
She
more
interviews
before
a midwife on there from the order.
Oh wow! But like every video I've watched, and maybe I'm not stalking her enough, but they don't ever mention anything about the husband really. They're and in my opinion, they're all single moms to me.
No, my dad would sit us in girls' meetings, and he would say, "Look at the single moms on the outside. Their order moms are way better off." So he was comparing them to single moms. So and I was like, I was sitting there thinking, all the other girls were like, "Yeah, dad, yeah, dad," and I was like, "You just called my mom a single mom. Do you realize that?"
Because he doesn't want to take any responsibility for any of his kids.
I think
Yeah.
a single mom would
Yeah.
have it easier because they don't have to
They tie back to him.
Well, not just tie back. They don't have to worry about another guy, even though
Yeah.
he's not around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
When he's there, he's the center of attraction.
Yeah, not only that, but like you have to ask and report back and all of that work.
You just raise your kid on your own, and you decide what they need to learn and whatever. So
Yeah.
you know.
And someone's saying, I'm surprised someone in the order has a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's probably because she's really good at not telling any order secrets. And
She's really careful with her wording.
yeah. And she's a mom, and she's more independent, gets to do what she wants. But I'm sure if her husband wanted to shut it down, then I mean, I hope that I don't get her channel shut down by doing that. But there's been plenty of times where kids, even in my family, wanted to have a YouTube and actually had a successful YouTube for a while, and then it got shut down because that's not what order kids do.
You know what? I would ask, what age did you start having kids? If you have 20 kids and you're what?
Yeah, exactly.
43,
See, I can't
44?
listen to it because I'm like, I would want to know the nitty gritty, juicy stuff. Not,
What? How old were you when you started?
cause literally, so here's the beginning. Sorry, I feel like I'm trashing her channel. She has a good channel, and maybe a lot of moms get a lot of comfort from her channel.
She does try.
Yeah, and
She does seem like one of the better moms, but there's still things that I have an issue with when it comes to being a mom myself.
Yeah.
There's some things that she does that I'm like, I don't support that
Yeah.
personally.
And
As a mom, I can say that.
and like the questions were very surface level from what I was saying. She'd be like, "What are some learning curves as a mother?" And they were not in depth. I didn't
Well,
learn
because
much.
if they get in depth, then they say, oh yeah, my husband doesn't help very much. Oh, he's not around. Oh, he's not this. Then
Or
you're
yeah,
gonna
or there would
then
be
you're
people
gonna get the
commenting
juices.
questions like, "Where's the dad?" Like, what did
Yeah.
But I had a
I'd
comment.
be like, you don't have TV in your bedroom?
A what?
That's what you say. You know how if a woman has a lot of kids, people say, oh, you guys didn't have a TV in your bedroom?
Why?
Because
you
you
can't
can't
be
figure out
watching
something else to do.
Yeah.
Oh.
You'd be watching
I just
too
got
much
that.
TV.
I'm like, why are we bringing a TV into this? Okay, someone asked, I wanted to answer this. What do they do for women having birth emergencies? So there's a lot of sad stories on that.
My mom actually passed out during one of her births, and they said that they thought she was gone, and they just called like other order people. They never called the cops.
They're
or the
really
911.
trained not to call the police. So I actually knew of someone who was at this house. They were giving birth, and the girl had it's what Andrea had. Toxemia. And she starts having a seizure and convulsing, and because Paul was there, I think they just thought that because he was there the baby wasn't going to die. I don't know. But so the kids were all scared and crying because they're watching her having a seizure. And so one kid, this kid told me himself, he was like, I tried to call the police, and they took it out of my hand and was like, no.
I tried to call my grandma during my mom's pregnancy because my mom was like talking to people who weren't there and like talking to Ortel, and I was like, called my
While
grandma.
she was in labor?
No, it was her pregnancy, but she was really struggling that whole pregnancy.
Wow.
And I was like, I need to call my grandma because I'm not calling my dad. I know what he's going to say. He's just going to yell at me.
Yeah.
But I called my grandma, and she's like, okay, she needs to go to the hospital. And told my mom, I'm like, Mom, Grandma's coming. We need to get ready to go. And she's like, why did you call Grandma? You're supposed to call Dad, and you can't even call Dad. And it was like saying all that. But
yeah. Well, and her dad is known for being like, oh, you're fine. Just stay in bed. Like, don't go to the doctors.
and look how many wives have died from it.
He's lost how many wives now?
2.
2, but close together too.
But I've also heard that there's wives that are on their way to their grave,
That's so
is
sad.
what I've been told.
And it's sad because it's the ones that don't stand up for themselves and they listen to him, and then they get treated the worst.
Yeah.
So sad.
But my mom, like, she literally, so on her last pregnancy, I was in the room, and that was after she, like, passed out, and they thought she was, like, gone.
And they still didn't call?
No.
Oh my
But so the
gosh.
next one, then she said, like, everything's starting to go dark. I can't see anything. I can't hear anything.
That's what Andrea said.
And my dad said, you need to keep pushing because we need to hurry. We need to, like, get it over with. And then my mom said no because it'll happen. The same thing that happened last time. I'll pass out.
Mm-hmm.
And so she didn't listen to my dad. And then he got, like, irritated.
My gosh.
But she
He's
told
not
me.
a doctor. Why is he
She
acting
told
like
me,
he's
she
a
said, well,
doctor?
that's what happened last time. Everything started going dark. And he told me to keep going. And I did. And then I was gone.
Wow. So wait, how did it end? Did she finally go to the hospital, or what happened?
No, she just listened to her body instead of my dad since she was able to do it.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh.
But I was there.
Did you ever hear the story of and how I heard that the baby was dead inside of her, right? And then she was trying to pass the baby. I don't know if she would want us to say her name, that's why I'm not saying it, just in case she would want to be the one to tell the story, right? But yeah, similar thing, but the baby was dead inside of her. And I think her husband was gone and just didn't go over, didn't care.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. It's so sad. And here's the thing, not saying that, I feel kind of bad that I was talking bad about that girl's YouTube channel. Not saying that her life is like that and they're all like that, but we're saying they're brushing and glossing over something that's actually very scary and dark for a lot of these women.
Yeah.
And making it look like, oh, mom advice, it's da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, it's so easy to have 20 kids. And
Oh,
it's like, I don't feel
no.
like that's healthy on your body. I'm not a doctor, but like after going
You
through
have
it
had
twice,
2 kids, yeah.
after going through it twice, I don't feel like it's healthy to go back to back because people say that it takes at least a year for your body to fully heal and get back together. Like not physically, but like your organs and like your system, just everything.
This woman that has 20 kids, do you know how many wives are in the family that she married into?
She's not even the first wife.
She's not the first wife,
No.
but I don't know how many there is.
I think she's number 2.
Second wife.
But
Yeah, because her last name is not his last name, so she's definitely a plural wife.
there's I think there's at least 3.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait, then Tom Green's wife just married all of them.
Oh yeah, can we say that?
Probably.
Are we allowed to say that? So she's actually married to the guy who took on. Remember how we were talking about how Tom Green joined and then died, and then all of his wives basically married the same guy, right?
Yeah.
The girl with 20 kids, is married to the guy who took on Tom Green's wives. Yeah. That's juicy. I mean, this is an episode for Patreon. Juicy gossip. Just kidding. I know.
wonder.
Should we ask who that is? Actually, no.
No.
We've got a good crowd. We got 112 people
If
here.
anybody on here has my number, message me and tell me that you're watching.
Yeah. She's like looking at some of the comments like, I think I know who that is.
Yeah.
I'm a studying nurse.
because you
What?
know, what's her name?
Yeah.
She married him too.
Oh, yeah. So he has more wives than we're thinking?
Yeah.
I wonder how many kids he has now. Okay, Erin, you say that you're a studying nurse and it is not good for your body to have that many kids. Hello, girls. Hope you all are well. Oh, I thought you were saying, hello, girls. Stop having so many kids. I'm like, yes, preach.
Thanks, Eskel. Eskel texted me. He's like, I'm watching.
Aw, we love you, let's go. Roll call. So if anyone says roll call in the chat and you guys don't know what they're talking about, they're Patreon family, because we do that in Patreon. We'll be like, roll call, and everyone will raise their hand in the chat. It's an inside joke.
Yeah.
You gotta subscribe.
Are you happy?
Someone just texted me, but I don't have their number. Tell me who you were.
Are you a happy baby?
And they're watching?
Yeah.
You know that my dad watches these? Did you know that? I'm pretty sure he watches every episode. He's probably right here right now. Hi, Daddy.
Who is this?
That's why I'm not saying
Yeah, you don't have
I'm
to.
like,
Why?
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 Let it out, girl. Let it out.
Who cares?
I'm supposed to be the example here.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest.
She's the good example.
Oh,
Whatever. They just said you look 12. You're the youngest here. Sit down. Just kidding.
Someone told me I look like I'm 27, and I'm like, damn.
Okay, so I've never had people overestimating my age till this year. I think it's my haircut. I said, okay, guess my age. Someone said 32.
What?
I was like, I've never
I
gotten
would
that
smack 'em.
before.
Yeah, someone told me I would look 27, and that was like before my birthday. So I was like, damn, really?
But I also think if they know you, it's a personality thing. Like, you don't seem like you're this young with this much knowledge.
And
for,
also,
for
like-
you, I thought she was way older when she
And also
left.
2 kids.
Oh yeah, and having 2 kids.
Harper, come here. Can you do something for me?
I also think Harper's older than she is because she's just so
Come here.
good at with her
Say-
words.
Say,
How old is she? 3?
say it.
Say it to the camera.
Say it. So say it loud. Say, oh, daddy.
Oh my gosh. So she heard you listening to the
Yeah.
call recording? For
Yeah.
those of you guys who don't know what
Say it.
the hell is going on right now.
Oh, daddy. Oh, daddy.
What?
Wait, let me show you so you know what we're talking about. You have a video of it, right?
Yeah, I do.
So I put this video of Paul's talk together, and there was a part where he said, "Oh, daddy," and he was like coughing as he said it, so it sounded really funny. So it's like a running joke now, where a lot of kids, even in the order, are like sending it around because it's such a
They're
funny
making a
clip.
meme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, we're gonna make it a
Oh my
meme.
God.
We were thinking of, so you know how in my videos when I say someone's name, I bleep it and put X's over it. So we were thinking of having the bleep sound be Paul saying, "Oh, daddy,"
Yeah.
each time there's like a swear or something like that,
Yeah.
just to make it a little more interesting.
Yeah, she watches it. She's like, that's so funny. And she was like, can I watch that again?
Can I watch that again?
gonna watch this
Probably
later.
because she saw how much enjoyment you got. Yeah, we'll show you later.
I
You'll have a
that
hoot.
so hard.
Okay, where did that
Wait,
comment go?
Who's Crystal talking to?
Where? What'd she say? M. Smith, she says, I'm turning 32 this week. We're not old. I was not saying you're old at all. I'm actually excited to be 30. I'm just saying that was the first time anyone
Wait,
over-guessed
You're
my
gonna be
age.
30?
No, I'm excited to be 30 when it's my time
Oh,
to be
okay,
30.
I'm like,
I'm not
you're-
gonna be 30 anything. Well,
You're 26, huh?
Yeah, I'm 26.
Okay.
So, but I am excited to be 30. I used to be like, oh my gosh, 30's so old. But now I'm like, everyone I know in their 30s seems like they don't really care about other people's opinions. They're more like living for themselves, not trying to waste their time trying to make everybody else happy but themselves, you know.
Yeah.
You seem more secure with yourself. But yeah, I'm not saying that that's old at all. Just saying that was the first time someone like overguessed my age. But yeah, that's why I overguess your age a lot, just because of the maturity thing. I don't think you like look old or anything. And you must feel so great. You just look like a 12-year-old. You look so young.
So young.
Crystal, I've had to show my ID to prove age to people. Yeah, doesn't that make you feel good? Doesn't it make you feel good?
They don't.
Or like a little kid.
So when I was pregnant with Harper, then I was with her dad, and how old were you at the time?
Oh, the clip is on his channel if you want to watch the clip right now. If you go to Premium Order Kids YouTube channel, you can go to it.
Listen, what?
When I was in your belly, when I was in your vagina.
Yes.
What about it? Do you remember being in there?
Because I was talking about being pregnant.
This one and this one.
Really?
Wow. She knows how the body works, okay? But when I was pregnant with Harper and you were in my belly, then people thought I was old enough to drink. And they said, she looks old enough to drink, but you don't, to her dad. And I was like not even 21.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, it's probably also the fact that you were pregnant.
Well, he didn't even know I was pregnant. So he's like, do you want alcohol? And I was like, no, I'm pregnant.
And I'm not old enough. Shame on you. But yeah, if you go to that page, they have just a like 3-second clip of Paul saying, "Oh, daddy."
I don't know how to get to the page.
I think if
I'm
you
old.
go like
I'm super old.
oh my gosh, you might have to literally type it in. Premium order.
I have it on my phone. I can just
Oh,
show
let me
you.
just watch that.
I'll show you real quick.
Look, and this is Paul Kingston, by the way.
Let's all watch it as a family.
Watch it as a family. This is Paul Kingston right here. They made him.
Oh, they
funny
made him
meme
like
of
a
it.
KFC guy.
Okay, look. Okay,
Okay, we're gonna watch it.
How loud should we turn up?
Oh, really loud.
Harper, listen.
This is gonna be funny.
Harper, listen.
Here, hold on. I'm gonna grab your baby. Okay. Quiet him. Oh,
Oh, he's got it.
okay.
Okay, listen. Let me make sure it's loud.
See, we knew you'd get a laugh out of that. Do it again.
That needs to be
What if Paul was watching right now and he's just like fuming in his ears?
Oh my god, that needs to be everywhere. You should send me that and I'll send it to everybody I know. Everybody.
Type your phone number in.
That's funny. That's a good one. Did you guys expect this at this episode today? Did you guys enjoy this as much as we did?
Okay, send it to me.
Okay.
Oh my god. That just made my day.
Melanie's like, yes, Harper, tell it like it is.
Well, she told my doctor when I went after I had my second baby. She told the doctor, she's like, "You took me out of my mom's vagina."
What'd she say?
What?
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah, I did."
Yeah, did you talk to the doctor? Yeah. That's nice.
And that the order says, "Ho ho, daddy."
This is why I'm saying she doesn't act like she's 3, huh? She acts like she's like 17. Thank you, Denise. Oh, she's laughing.
Oh my gosh, that was.
I'm
That
like
really
on the
made
verge
my
of like
day.
tears.
It's like whenever I have a bad day, I'm just gonna watch that and just laugh.
Whenever you're sad about the
I
stuff that
know.
Paul made your parents do to you, you can just watch that.
Be like, at least I don't have this recorded.
All over the internet.
I know. That's what.
I mean, I've done some pretty dumb stuff in my life, but
Yeah.
Someone says he's taking the Heavenly Father thing a bit farther. Oh, Daddy. He's so creepy.
Yeah.
Jen says he sounds so creepy. Oh, you should
yeah.
meet him. You would just throw up. Some people think he's actually really charismatic.
When he was younger, then yeah. But now he just like looks old. and creepy.
Also, I think he doesn't feel like he has to try as hard to get his following.
Just now you can give him to me.
He wants mommy.
Yeah, Harper knows about the order.
Can you tell? So someone says, hi, now that it's time to read for the... Aw, hi Scarlett. One more round for the kingdom. Wait, I was telling that story about how I say that at the gym. One more round for the kingdom.
Oh, it was about the clipping beats.
That's what that story is?
The story when they would do beats and they would like go around. And I remember the story when they said someone had a shovel and he said he was going to stab it in his back if he got caught up to him.
Ew, I never heard that story.
No, they told it in Sunday school.
Oh, thank you, Steph. You're so sweet. Oh, Danielle, that sounds awful. 12-hour long shifts, 3 days a week. 7 to 7. No, thank you.
No.
But okay, so that's what she was talking about is, so remember how I was telling you guys the one more round for the kingdom story? All I knew was it was like they were working hard on something and then they would want to give up.
Was it? I feel like it's like the sugar beets, but I don't know if it's sugar. Oh. But it was beets.
What beat? Who was the beat from?
It was in
Was it
Bountiful.
Idaho? Oh, was it in Bountiful? Oh. Okay. You want to say hi to the camera?
No.
He just wanted mommy. Well, oh yeah, what do you do for Mother's Day? This?
Well, we went out last night.
Oh yeah, we did go out last
We
night.
had fun last night.
It was fun. Yeah.
No, Harper, what else do you know about the order?
What else? Tell us about the order. Let's tell them. You want to tell them?
Yeah.
Okay.
When she was
You
little,
have the
we asked her
stand.
if she wanted to be in the order, and she said no.
No. Okay, tell them about the order.
Daddy.
Okay, that's enough.
That's all she remembers right now.
That's all you remember?
Oh my gosh.
She said, she said yesterday, she said, I left the order with you and Amanda.
With you and Amanda.
And I said, no, you didn't leave the order, we left the order.
You're so cute. I want them to see you a little more. This is Harper. When's your birthday? What
do you do?
What's your favorite color?
I'm blue.
Blue? Aww. Does that change or is it always blue?
It changes.
It changes on her mood. Okay, we'll answer some more of your questions and then we're gonna probably go. Let the baby be with mommy.
Is it?
Are you mad?
I like it. It
Am I
looks
taking your mommy from you?
and green.
Someone talk to me.
Aww.
That's all he wants.
He's so cute.
Pico man.
Right, Crystal, she's so adorable. Okay. We will let you guys ask a few more questions and then we're going to probably head out. But this was a fun live. It's a lot of information.
Harper, should we go get something to eat?
You guys need to make an app called Ringtones from the Order.
I know, I saw that.
Have Uncle Daddy on there.
Oh, that one.
We sell them.
Oh my gosh.
What would another one be? Probably put your shoulder to the wheel, push your line. I guess that could be a Mormon one too. An LDS one.
Yes, he's a mama's boy. All the way.
All the way.
He loves his mommy. It was nice to meet your aunt. Oh, I'm so glad you got to meet her, Crystal. This is my auntie, Juliana. We'll have to do another live with you or something, talk a little bit more if you want to talk about your story. She's got a really cool story. I mean, everyone that I've, especially like the women coming out of the order, they all have like the craziest story. I don't know if you guys noticed, but you guys all have crazy stories.
So they celebrate, at least in my dad's family, for Mother's Day, all the moms make a party for themselves.
They do all the cooking, right? And
They
all the
do all
setting
the
it up.
cooking, all the setting, decorations.
I wonder if
They
they're
go
ever
to a
like,
park.
can we just not do this? It's so much effort.
They go to the park, and then the dads just show up, like every other party. So it's no different, it's just for Mother's Day instead.
Doesn't that sound so fun, you guys? You make a party for yourself, and then you have to clean it up. That's so sad. I wish we could just throw them a party ourselves.
I know.
Bring them to Malibu with us.
Harper used to be a daddy's girl, but now she's more, give me what I need and then leave me alone.
Yeah, she's very
That's how she
independent.
is. That's how she is now.
Very independent. Can I make Harper an Oh Daddy shirt and send it to
falling on me.
If you send it to my P.O. box,
She'll get it. And then we'll have the persecution.
strangers, if she walks around with that on there, they'll be like, what? Just have a picture of Paul. Just kidding.
Baby, fuck no.
No.
My kid's not wearing a shirt with Paul.
But she can wear a shirt that says, "Oh, Daddy."
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Daddy.
don't like that. Oh,
Yeah, she don't like Paul. I'll come help you clean up, Amanda. Aw, you're so sweet, Crystal. That is very typical of a 3-year-old, really? To just be like
To be
independent like that?
independent. Well, to want to be independent. Some are, some aren't. But yeah.
You could totally throw a live party for them because some of them watch. Oh, we could have like a
But they would
Mother's
get
Day.
in trouble.
They would get in trouble. And if I was
Followed
specifically
around
making
in
it,
beans.
if I was specifically making it for the order wives, you know how many guys would check in on their wives to see if they were doing
Exactly.
that, you know? They actually probably would.
Kara, that'd be nice.
So nice to see a toddler who's allowed to have her own opinions. Yeah. She just
definitely
says whatever she wants.
She definitely has her own opinions.
Are you giving kisses?
Like
Thank
that day that I told you guys about, I was at work and she was crying for me while I was at work, and then I come home and they told me that, and I said, Harper, do you even like me? She's like, not right now.
Not right now. She's like, honestly, mostly, never, not really.
No, I'm like, that's okay. You don't have to like me.
Yeah, she definitely.
Mama,
You do?
What?
Aw.
I do like you.
I love you.
She likes you.
No, I like you.
I like you too.
She's like, I didn't say love. I said I like you. Let me be clear.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah, she has her own opinions, for sure.
In the last year, how many people that you know have left the order in the last year?
More than it has been.
I feel like it's been more every year, and you guys are gonna see a lot more this year. I know I said this on my Patreon, but I know a rough number of around like 7 people that are probably gonna be leaving in this year. And everyone in the order is gonna be like, who is it? Who is it? But yeah, actually gonna do it, but they're all talking about it.
One that I was gonna help lead, but they sent them to Pennsylvania.
I like
Wow.
They always send people to Pennsylvania.
I don't know why that's the new thing.
Isolation.
Yeah, so it's isolation. Do you know who, well, you know.
She will.
Yeah, they're over there, and then they would just get people to go over there to kind of just get them away from like whatever influences is
Harper.
influencing them to leave, I guess, and just
Why is
isolate
he
them. Why did he move over there? For school? I think it was for school. And like it's far
Yeah,
enough
for
to
school.
away to where they have like nowhere to go.
Do you remember the little girl that was at our house? She says hi. At that party, you remember that little girl you were playing with?
Cute.
Oakland? She says hi, Harper.
You liked her, huh? You guys are friends. When is your next live on Patreon, Amanda? I was thinking tonight. If you guys are down, let's do a live tonight. If
Mommy,
yeah.
no. Do you know what I was playing?
Would
with?
you like that, M. Smith?
What were you
I'm
playing
trying to do some earlier lives because I have some people out of the country that aren't catching them, especially the ones that get deleted.
Yeah, I was
So
talking about
I
the
think the
other
next one that I'm gonna delete, it's gonna be earlier in the day, so that the people out of the country can actually enjoy it. I feel kind of bad, so I'm gonna try to. If you see me going live earlier, that's why. But
Oh, I love you.
hi, Jennifer.
Oh,
at our house at home?
yeah. This is not our.
All right,
This is not our house.
this has been a really fun live.
Yes, Emily, all of them. Just kidding.
We're probably gonna close. Do you want to say prayer, Harper? Okay. Say
Okay, we will say
goodbye to
prayer.
Michelle,
Harper, say bye.
Harper.
Wait, you can't see
Oh,
it.
you can't see it. You can't see it. Harper, say bye.
Oh, Daddy, one more time.
Oh, Daddy. Oh, Daddy.
Say bye to my Aunt Juliana.
Bye.
It's good to see you guys.